Oh, I'm too hot already. I'm a little bit dark this morning. Tried different background and stuff, and anyway, we'll see how we go. If you can hear a noise in the background, there's been two noises in the background. Number one, I've got a fan going because I need fans. No, I've got a fan going because, yeah, otherwise you've seen me before. Get too hot. Got my towel just in case. And just outside, wonderfully, just at this time, we have a car alarm keeps going off. So please, just one of those things. We'll have to deal with it. So yes, morning. It has been a scorcher of a weekend, and very nice. And here we go again. And I wanted to start this morning. Just wanted to read a verse from the Bible. Would you believe it? And John chapter 16. Now this is verse 33, and this is Jesus speaking. And he said, "I have told you these things that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I like it in the King James, where it says actually, "Be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." And that's what I wanted to speak about this morning, was this, there's a paradox really that exists, and I've mentioned it slightly before, that God is God of comfort and challenge. If we look at the nature of God, or who God is, right? He's God. He is above all. He is supreme. He is sovereign. He is creator. He is no one like him. There's no one above him. He is magnificent. We should be in awe of God, and we should always hold on to that. We should hold that in place. The reality that God is so much more than anything we could ever think or know, and we must not cheapen that. You know, some people, they say, "Oh, I want a God who, why don't you just do what I ask him to do." Mustn't do stupid voices. But, well, I just want a God who'll just, when I ask him for something, he'll do it. And that's not God. God's not something you can control or just demand of. Or he's God. He's not a genie in a bottle. He's not something you can control. God is God. And yet we hold this tension between he is God, he is everything, and yet he's Father. He's one we can approach at any time and speak to anything about, who sees our hearts, who we can crawl into the lap of and just say, "God, I love you," and know that we're loved by him. It's a balance. It's a tension. There's more than about a tension. It's knowing who he is and knowing who he is. But that's important. But I see, and what I've been thinking about this last week is, so I see that mirrored in life. See, it's the case of our lives can be, as Jesus said there, we have this world where there is trouble, but he's overcome the world. So myself and you, at different times in our lives, we're going to face trouble. And that's whether you're a follower of Jesus or you're not. Jesus also said, he said, it rains on the righteous and the unrighteous. That's the reality. We're going to face trouble, and I'm sure most of us had in times in our lives. And I have, and I know many of you have faced times of trouble, times of challenge. And yet within that challenge, God says, I'm your comfort. I'm who you can trust on. I have overcome. There is a future. It is good. If it's not good, it's not over. And he, quite often though, we want to be watching. We want to be, we want the God who will sit there and we say, "God, get us out of this. Get us out of this situation. Pull us out." And I've said it before, quite often God's like, he's not the God who says, "I'm going to pull you out of that." He's the one who says, "I'm going to parachute in and I'm going to walk through this with you." So within that, I was walking yesterday morning, and I was mulling some things over. I was walking the dog, and I saw on the floor, I saw this little, looked like rose gold. I thought, oh, what little trinket have I found? And I bent down to look, and it was a little girl's hairband. And it reminded me of that saying, all that glitters is not gold. That was certainly the case then. But I think as well that term can work in the opposite way when it comes to stuff we're going through, the challenges in life. So we can hit something, we can hit a challenge in our life, and we can say, oh, it's all over, why is this happening? And actually that negative thing which maybe we're feeling isn't a negative thing, or we can't see it yet, but at that moment that thing that's happening isn't actually a negative thing. I often think about this. I remember going for a job a few years ago, and I thought, I'm the most qualified person for this job, and everyone built me up and said, John's going to get this job. And you know what? I didn't get it, and I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why, and I lost my temper about it. I got quite angry, and you know what? I don't think actually that would have worked that well for me, that job. And in fact, look at me now. I'm here doing this, which I really feel is the place I'm meant to be. So you see what I'm saying there? That actually we can look at the door that closes, or the thing that happens where it feels like we've just been hit, we've been knocked down, and there's no way through. And there can be a good reason in that. There's a challenge there, and it could be hurting, and it could be a battle, but where's that leading? What does that mean? Where's the comfort? Where's the trust? And I think there's Pete Greig when he done his prayer course. He talked about, you know, sometimes the challenges is, where is God in that? Where is God in it? And that can be our thing, is look for the comfort, look for where God might be moving, look at the hidden signs that are going on in our life when we think it's not happening, and trust. There's a challenge and a comfort in knowing God. There's a tension in living life. There's a tension. And working with that, seeing God at work in that can be a challenge and a comfort. That's what I'm leaving with you today. Have a lovely day. Hopefully the sun's coming out, it's going to be hotter. And we have another story of hope on Thursday morning, and then I believe Graham's with us on Friday morning. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for your time. Good to see you all of you who are watching. Bye now.